Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the man.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 20. Five. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Here we go. Lucy. Go left.
Bortles to throw on second down. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Hank. Go left.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bud Dupree. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're buried deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, I used to play quarterback in high school. I can do this.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Malik Jackson coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Let's go.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Let's go.
They'll go again with Bell. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today, fans.
And he'll be brought down at the 23. Make it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their own 24.
Sunday. Green 80. Move, Green 80.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Cameron Hayward able to drop him for a loss of 4. Following the sack, 3rd and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Green 80. Hank.
From the gun, it's Bortles. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. Look at the dance and the juke. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Big Ben with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a 1st.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you worry about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Jackson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And Cameron Hayward's ability to take out blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Well, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And the Jaguars send out their punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the Steelers set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's got his man. Complete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. Jalen Ramsey right there in coverage to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars' offense now heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Bortles now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
11.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Let's go.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Now Bortles. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, 54, Ricky. Hey, let's go. Trips left. Lucy. So right.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Here's Bortles to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
372. Sunday. 372. Green and good.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And he's got Moncrief. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A minute 59 to go in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
Hey, let's go. Trip flat, trip flat. Move. Green and good.
They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Green and good.
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
39, Lucy. Green and good.
Here's Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This offense bent the defense in their long drive downfield, but once they got within sight of the goal line, the defense went to don't break mode and is stiffened.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they are on the board. It's now 9 to 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And now out come the Steelers. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 9. It's now 12 to 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Bunch right, bunch right, bunch right. Check. 380 for Ricky. 380.
A final shot before half for Bortles. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this one is incomplete. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your
well, this is taken in. It's complete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Looking deep downfield. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 30 yards there. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. Now Roethlisberger. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson getting him once again, his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
372.
On second down, here's Boyles. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tyler Matakevich coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Hey.
On third down, Yeldon. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway. And the Jaguars send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He's going deep for Brown, and that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
From the gun, it's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down, it's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Malik Jackson. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And Boswell's kick is good. And that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now out come the Jags. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Javon Hargrave forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Throwing now is Bortles. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Hayward in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
11B.
Back now in Pittsburgh. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Lucy.
Now Bortles got to have this one. He sets to fire deep. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Jack 16. Let's go.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
All right, let's go.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go deep down. Oh, wide open. Complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 44 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Overhand completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 22. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, there you go. You said someone was going to have to step up, force a turnover. That's exactly what they needed.
And now they need to capitalize, get this back to a 1-score game. From there, anything can happen.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Hey, spread right. Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Completes it to Moncrief, left side. Dante Moncrief. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dante Moncrief, 57 yards. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean,